Robert Stieglitz and Felix Sturm fight to a 12-round decision draw over in Germany. First and foremost, I gotta say, this was a terrific fight. These guys threw everything at each other and the kitchen sink. Wicked fight. Stieglitz started strongly, as he tends to do in a lot of his fights. And it was very evident from when the two guys got in the ring that Stieglitz was the bigger man. And he was also the physically stronger man. And that did help him during the fight. He used that extra size and strength in the ring against Felix Sturm. He was able to push Sturm back for long stretches of the fight. And early in the fight, he was really just putting it on Felix Sturm. And it was impressive that Sturm was able to take them type of shots, because those were the shots that managed to stop Arthur Abraham, the time when he stopped Abraham. But Sturm was able to take him on the chin, and there were rough patches there for Felix Sturm in the early rounds. But he weathered the storm, and Stieglitz kind of wore himself out a little bit. He didn't pace himself that well, and again, that's another thing that he tends to do in a lot of his fights. He doesn't always pace himself that well. He did throw a lot of heavy shots early in the fight. I don't know if he was looking for the knockout. I don't know, but he was certainly overpowering Felix Sturm, getting good shots in. But it was all a little bit too basic. He was forcing his work a little bit too much. He wasn't really setting anything up. There was no real science behind what Robert Stieglitz was doing. Whereas Felix Sturm just conserved his energy, was tucking up. He was getting hit with big shots. Don't get it twisted. He had to take some hard shots on the chin. But he tucked up nice and tight. And then from the middle rounds on, he started coming into the fight more and more. And he was landing the more accurate shots, especially his uppercut. His right uppercut was very impressive for me. And his shots were accurate and they were spiteful. He did stun Stieglitz on a couple of occasions. There was no knockdowns in the fight. No one was really close to going down, although both guys did land heavy shots on each other's chins. Sturm's never really been known for being a massive puncher. Neither is Stieglitz really, but I think Stieglitz, being the bigger and stronger man, probably had a little bit of an edge in terms of punching power, but Sturm was the more accurate guy with, you know, he was landing with surgical precision at times. So the longer the fight went, the better it got. The more intense the exchanges got, and the 11th round was probably one of the best rounds I've seen all year. That was a terrific round of boxing. If you ain't seen the fight, it's worth watching just for that 11th round alone. That was crazy. That was some Holyfield Bowl type business in the 11th round. That was a wicked round. So I thoroughly enjoyed the fight. A draw complicates things a little bit because Arthur Abraham was supposed to get the winner of Felix Sturm, Robert Stieglitz. So I don't know if these two guys are going to have a rematch, or whether, you know, or who Arthur Abraham could fight out of these two. I guess they are going to have a rematch, which I'll definitely be watching, because the first fight was tremendous. But how did you have it scored? Drop your comments below. Let me know who you think won. Do you think that a draw was a fair result, or did you favor one guy over the other? And do you think this is going to help Paul Smith's chances of getting a rematch with Arthur Abraham? Because if Sturm and Stieglitz have got unfinished business and they got to have a rematch, then that leaves Arthur Abraham time to fit in another defense, and perhaps he'll fight Paul Smith again. So yeah, drop your comments below. Let me know how you feel. This is Hatman. I'm out.